Bristol recording artist Michelle Wright. Michelle, welcome back to Atlantic Canada.
Thank you.
Great to have you back here.
It's great to be back.
Now, I guess a lot's happened to you since you were last here. You've done a ton of sold-out shows. Your album Now and Then has gone double platinum here in Canada. And, of course, your latest release, The Reasons Why, also topping the charts. Now, what do you see as the next level? Where do you want to take yourself from here on in?
Wow. Well, I guess as long as I can keep playing music and keep traveling on the road, that's really important to me.
Right.
I talk to many artists who have been around for years and years and years, and they keep going, and the thought of not being able to do this is really almost, you know, a painful thought, because it's truly, this is the best time in my life and the best time in my career, and I'm being on stage and performing and having recognizable songs that the people know and can sing along and respond to is the best feeling in the world. But I'm developing my songwriting an awful lot. That's really important to me. I'd love to have more of my own songs on my records, and I'd love to have other people record my songs. And we also have representation in Hollywood these days, so maybe a little acting might be fun. But besides the acting thing being a very natural extension of what we do, creating, it'd be great to write some music for soundtracks and things like that. So those are a few of my other goals. Yeah.
It seems like when a lot of Canadian artists have success in the United States, they tend to forget about Canada. They play Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. You're in the midst of a 40-city cross-Canada tour, coast to coast. Really a very grueling tour. Is this sort of your way of telling people in Canada, we haven't forgot about you, or I haven't forgot about you up here?
Well, it certainly is my way of saying thank you, I must say, because this does allow me an opportunity to bring the music to the people here in a way that I've never been able to before. So many of them are familiar with me coming through the clubs on teeny-weeny little stages and not doing my own music, and this now allows me through, I just would not have the career that I have today without Canada. It seems that Canadian people, once they become aware of you, are incredibly supportive and very, very proud. And this has been no question a celebration from coast to coast of One Horse Blue, who's also another Canadian act, who have just celebrated their first #1 record. And of course, John Barry, being an American, we tend to really, you know, celebrate the American artists, and people are enjoying having John with me, and then of course ourselves. So it's been wonderful, and it is one way of saying thank you, and it is another way of bringing the music right to the people.
And how is it important now for sort of a young Canadian artist to relocate to the United States in order to achieve international success? Do you think that's sort of necessary?
Well, I think that at one point, certainly when I was coming up, I couldn't get a record deal. 10 years I played clubs here, and I just couldn't get a record deal. And I understand, you know, I can now sort of put on the businesswoman's hat, because with a population of 25 million people and the amount of money that it costs for a record company to develop an artist is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in order to recoup that money, you have to sell records. And there was just a time when Canadians just couldn't seem to sell records to their own people. And I think that it seems, when I finally went to Nashville and got the nod from Nashville, that I was all of a sudden more accepted in my own country. But then there's this other part of me that thinks that because of the way major labels with the financial backing that they have can present an artist, it is just different. All of a sudden I was on all these talk shows and on CMT and you know, videos being played all the time. Now with NCN, I think that's going to be a wonderful thing for Canadian artists. I think we're going to see more artists enjoying successes right here in their own country. But I do think we have to recognize that with a population of 25 million, it's going to be limited, and we should all have and strive for international careers. I think the Americans have been coming to Canada for years and years selling records and being celebrated. Now we Canadians are going to America and selling records and being celebrated by the Americans. So it's really this sort of really international thing going on, this country music thing, and over in Europe as well. It's a very exciting time. So lots of stuff going on and lots of reasons why things happen.
Now, you've probably been asked this a lot lately, but now with CMT being yanked by the CRTC from the Canadian Airways, do you feel as an artist, do you feel kind of caught in the middle between all that?
Certainly when all the stuff was going down, I avoided saying anything, because CMT has been very, very good to me. And I, fortunately, to the best of my knowledge, will not be affected by this, nor will Lisa Brokoff, nor will Shania Twain, due to the fact that we have deals out of Nashville. And hopefully we will not. We'll see when our videos are out there. I think Shania Twain's got the new song, and Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under, and they're playing it for and being very supportive, so I think we are going to be fine. But I must just let any Canadian artist out there, young kid who's got a desire to have a career, I want them to recognize something, and that is that having a video played a few times on any video channel is not going to guarantee you a record deal. No, I don't know of any artists that got a record deal from an airplay on a video channel. Now, you know, someone said to me that my career wouldn't be what it was without CMT. Well, I had my record deal before CMT even knew I existed. So let's just keep in mind that now with the NCN and everything, and artists out there working hard, if they're offering something that's different, not copying somebody else, and making unique videos and unique music, someone's going to recognize them and they're going to enjoy a great career. So don't worry, okay?
Now, what do you think of the New Country Network? Have you had a chance to look at that?
I love it. It's wonderful. I think that we're going to have to, you know, of course we are lacking the funds to have, and the number of Canadian artists who can well, funds is not the right thing, because NCN is in fact supporting the videos financially, but you know, some of it's a bit more rock oriented than maybe it might evolve into. I think we might see NCN become a bit more country than it is right now. What we classify in Canada as country music is quite different than what they would, but then again, we don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I think it's great that we're doing what we're doing in one sense as well, because it's allowing me to see artists that I otherwise wouldn't have seen. And we just saw a duet, a female duo on that video channel. I'm not going to remember their name. Charles and Major or something. You girls were fabulous. Whoever they are, I think they're going to get a deal. I think they're just fabulous. So that allowed me to see these girls. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been.
So I've seen some artists on there like Bruce Coburn or Blue Rodeo that really wouldn't classify as country, but they have to meet their quota of 30%.
Yes, we do.
Content.
Yes, we do. And you know, Blue Rodeo, I have such fans. It's great to be able to see them on there. But there is sort of a little bit of that going on, I think, defining what exactly is going to be classified as country. And I'm certainly not the one, because people question how country I am too, but I'm country.
I can't believe all the times I've told my
Charge and just make sure that I make time for myself. Otherwise, you really can get crazy. The end of last year, I was completely toast. I was fried, and I just even had to cancel a couple of dates, which I've never had to do before. And so this year I've chosen to, you know, we did 20 shows in January, and then we went slow down a bit for February, and then again for March. We're going to slow down again a bit in April, because we're doing like 20 shows in 24 days or something like this. And so on my days off, I kind of like just hanging around the house, and I like to clean and cook, and I built a new home, so I'm very busy decorating. Really simple things. I like sitting in front of the television with my TV channel changer and a tub of ice cream and things like that, you know.
Now, how did you get into music now? Did you come from a musical family?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. My mother and father were country music singers, and oh gosh, from the time I can remember, there was music around the house, and we had a garage full of musical equipment, and I was always going to band practices with my mom and my dad, so this is a pretty natural extension of what I grew up around.
Okay. And you definitely paid your dues. You played just about every minor club and, you know, around the area. I remember, I think you played here at Club Dallas and a couple others
Oh, sure.
back years ago. How has success now changed you?
Well, I think it, I don't, sometimes I wonder if the success has changed me or the maturity as a woman. I am certainly a different woman today than I was then, than I was 5 years ago when I got my record deal, and I hope so, you know, because I am learning and I am developing and growing. Success has made me feel good. I think it has helped me just to, because people have accepted what I do. Now I'm going to start feeling like Sally Fields, but they like what I do, so I just do what I do, and I don't worry about those people who don't like what I do, like I used to. I used to worry, oh my, they don't like me, and these people. I've just come to realize that I can only do the best that I can do, and celebrate the success and enjoy myself. And so, you know, I have a home and I have a nice car, which I never had for many years. So I guess there's a little bit of a financial blanket there that I never had at one point. So it's a pretty wonderful time.
I guess you've had some major milestones in your career, like such as playing at the Grand Ole Opry and such and such. What would you think be your biggest accomplishment now so far?
I think this tour is probably our biggest accomplishment. It is the largest undertaking ever of a country music tour in this country. It's been 40 cities. And we have sold out almost every venue that we've been in, and that's a wonderful surprise. We started planning about a year ago, and I thought, oh boy, I was nervous and I was concerned that I'd, you know, lose everything. This is I have $1 million worth of stuff up on that stage, and if people don't come out, I can't exist without the people. And so I would suggest that this is the biggest undertaking.
Okay. Now, after this tour wraps up next week in Newfoundland, where do you go from there?
Well, we're going to go home. We do a couple of dates on the weekends, the first weekend of April and the second weekend of April. And then we're going on a Caribbean cruise, you guys, on the SS Norway. But I'm going along with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Marie Osmond, and we will be performing as well. But it's also a bit of relaxation. And then in May, we've set up our first major tour of Europe as well. So we're going to go and do, I guess, about 16 dates or so in Europe. And the record company is very supportive there, and I'm selling records there, and they're digging the music. So we're going to go bring it to them as well there.
That's really great. Well, thanks, Michelle, for taking the time out to talk, and best of luck with your career.
Thank you.
Michelle Wright.
In this whole wide world that I would not do, spend time on my energy.